Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. I see you. I love you. Thanks for being here. A lot of crazy shit on the docket for the day. You know how they do. It's just letdown after mistake, after lie, after constitutional trashing, shitting on our rights. You know how they do. No surprise there. But before I came out here, my kids are crazy. All kids are crazy. Before I came out here, I come in the room, and my daughter, who is the oldest one, is teasing her younger brother. Imagine that. And she made up a song called Rat-Tailed Lemur. That's what she calls my son, a rat-tailed lemur. And so she made up a song, and he's chasing her around, and she's singing that song to him, teasing him. And I couldn't help but reflect on when my older brother would do that shit to me. He would tease me to tears. He was like 4.5 years older than me, so it was a long time until I was big enough to defend myself. He would just tease me and beat me up. I used to hate my brother. I tell him, when he picked on me, I tell him, I hate you. And I was too small to do anything about it. There were moments, there were blips on the revenge radar. One time, I dug a hole on the side of the house. Thinking about it now, I could have blown his knee out like forever. But I dug a hole and I covered it with newspaper and I put leaves over it. And then I said something to him to make him mad, and he started chasing me. And I jumped over the hole. I got around the corner before he did. I jumped over the hole. He didn't see me, and he ran and like fell in the hole and like fell and hit his face on the ground, had dirt in his mouth and shit. Then one time, he was teasing me and shit. And again, I couldn't do anything physically, so I took a water gun and I peed in it, and then I shot him in the face with it. He goes, "Why are you shooting me with hot water?" And then he realized what it was, and he chased me in the house, and he told my mom what I did, and she sent me back outside and closed the door behind me to pay for my sins. And then what else did I do to his ass? One time he was in the shower, and he got out of the shower, and he goes, "You dare me to go out on the roof and moon the neighbors?" I was like, "Yeah, do it." And he went out there, and I closed the window and locked it behind him until right before my parents pulled up in the driveway, so he didn't have time to exact his revenge. And then one time, I don't think I told this here the other day. I was telling somebody in my real life the other day, but I think I've told this here before. One time I shot my brother in the face with a BB gun, and I shot him right here under his eye. You know, it could have put his eye out, because I was we were going somewhere with my dad. Of course, ladies, you might not know this, but boys, whether it be your siblings or your friends, shotgun is supreme. So when you're going to get in the car, shotgun, you call shotgun, that means you're sitting in the passenger seat. Whoever calls it first, no matter what. So I called shotgun. I was sitting up front. He was mad. He was picking on me. I told him, "If you hit me again, I'm going to shoot you in your face." And of course, he didn't believe shit stinks. So I loaded a BB in the gun. I cocked it, and I turned around and wow, shot him point blank. So I got in trouble for that. So there were a handful of times that I got my brother back, but usually the daily routine was him teasing me and beating me up. Asshole. So shout out to my younger, the babies of the family out there, the middle children, the younger siblings. You have a special place in my heart. To you older siblings, how come the older siblings never remember it like it was? The younger siblings like, "You did this and you did that," detailed memories. And the older siblings like, "I never did that." So whatever. If I was a judge and it was a younger sibling versus an older one, yeah, don't come to my courthouse. I got bias. What's that, younger sibling? I'm listening. Older sibling, shut up. You're in contempt. Throw them away. Just saying, that's how life is as the baby of the family. But don't worry, comment section. Don't worry, viewers, listeners, whatever you're doing. I got my revenge. I had my moment in the limousine like Angela Bassett and What's Love Got to Do with It. I even the scales. But enough of that. Miss Pepsi Girl, enjoying her throne again, popping that super chat cherry. She says, sing YMCA in Biden's voice, LOL. Let's go, Americans. YMCA. It's fun to stay at the... Oh, what were the letters again? I think that's more accurate. That's how we would actually sing that shit. Old turd. Old ass, dusty, decrepit turd. Justin Desroches, thank you for the Hamilton. He said, damn, at Pepsi Girl, busted at ravioli. Guess I'll have to have the saucy seconds. I guess she will, man. She don't play. She rules with an iron fist. Miss Pepsi Girl again, thank you. FYI, I'm Pepsi Man. Wife and I share it. 90 out of 10, LOL. All right, Pepsi Man. Mr. Pepsi Man. How about that? A shared throne. It's the first in human history. Heidi Booth, thank you. She says, well, JG, I guess I get sloppy fourths. Make us laugh. Please sing us a song. Oh, don't you worry. I got a song for you today, Heidi. It's very fitting. Unfortunately. I wish I didn't, but I do. Lord German Husbando, thank you for the Hamilton. Jericho, I'm still confused as to how I wrote a comment about YouTube when I was actively driving from work. I hadn't written a chat for 20 minutes by the time you read whatever that was. Strange. Haters gonna hate. You know how YouTube does? Some people can't even send damn super chats. I don't know why. I don't know why, you dicks. Don't know why. Roy Lee Painter, thank you. Happy Thursday, everybody. Semper Fidelis. Yes, you guys, happy Thursday. You got one more wake up and it's Friday. Hope you guys have plans for the weekend. Actually, you know what? I hope you don't have plans for the weekend because no plans are good plans. Spunbearing65, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, Biden dropped a deuce while wandering around off stage. Yes, he did, guys. That's why I picked that thumbnail. That's actually a him on a milk carton, missing. Have you seen this old man? He answers to Sloppy Joe. Don't get too close if you're under 12. If you're over 12, you're fine. If you're under 12, call an adult. Treat him, kids, when you find Biden wandering around lost, you treat him like a book of matches. Don't touch. Go get an adult. Remember that? After G.I. Joe, there was always a PSA. I remember one episode, these two boys found a book of matches. And one of them was about to pick them up and start a fire and shit like boys do. And the other one says, hey, wait a minute. Let's go get one of the Joes. That would never happen. Both of those boys would be burning the shit out of those matches. But for the purposes of this exercise, they said, hey, no, don't do that. And they went and got one of the Joes. And the Joe said, good job, kids. If you find matches, a good message. So, kids, if you find him wandering around, if you're over 12, again, you're good. Under 12, stay away. All right? But he was on stage at the Global Fund Conference. I hate to see any president on a stage with a backdrop that says global or world anything. I don't like it. Like Major Payne said, it makes me feel all funny. I don't like that shit. If I was a president, I'd be like, no, I don't think so. I'm not going to world nothing, global anything. You want to talk to me, we're holding it here in America. That's it. Come holler at me over here. I'm not going anywhere. Fuck this world shit. This global stuff. I don't like it. International. Nah, I'm cool. Me no likey. You want to see President Green? You come here to America and see me. I'm not doing that shit. I don't like that. I don't know. Whatever. Call it what you will. I just don't like it. But yes, that's why I picked that thumbnail and the title. Have you seen me? Because that's what he's wondering. He was lost. Guys, when I show you this footage, we've never seen him this lost before. He ends up just standing on the side of the stage. He don't know where to go. He almost walked off the stage. No, not off the side of the stage, down the steps. You forget who we're talking about. He almost walked off the front of the stage where you're not supposed to. We'll get to it. Like I mentioned yesterday, I was going to do a video, but no, I wanted to talk about this one on the live. I needed more time. Illegals are suing DeSantis, and when you hear why, you will get that anger blood that you've been wanting so badly. You'll get that single drop. I promise. When you hear why they're being sued, and just the fact, and then other things, not just what the grounds for it, but just the fact that it's happening. You're an illegal. You have no recourse here. None. You're not supposed to be here. Anyway, we'll get to that shit too. And it's good to know that the New York Attorney General has her priorities in order. She has the needs and wants of the New Yorkers. She has their best interests at heart. And she proves it by suing the Trump family. Not just Donald Trump, his sons, daughter, all his kids. They're all being sued. They're all being named in this lawsuit for fraud, defrauding the city out of billions of dollars, but they're only asking $250 million. But and some other things, they can't be on certain boards and shit like that, or they can't for 5 years are suspended from doing shit. Like there's other things that go along with it, but they're looking for $250 million. And I, my simple publicly educated mind, I just started thinking, what could the Attorney General of New York possibly put her efforts toward instead of suing the former president of the United States? Hopefully soon to be, again, the active president of the United States. But right now, he's former president. So what could she be putting her resources and her time toward instead of this? And I came up with some numbers. It's just statistics. That's all they're just numbers that they keep track of. I know they're annoying, but they're true. King David the Wicked, thank you for the Hamilton. I appreciate that. And let's see. Hold on, let me check something out. I mean, check some shit out real quick. Not all. Okay. We're good, guys. We're good. I tried to double check something.
Connected to. Sure, it goes next
so
to 0.
Anyway, okay. Let's get started, guys. Let's get started because we got a lot of fun shit. I have a great good gun today. It's a fun little story out of New York. Since we're going to be talking about New York, might as well make the good gun about New York, right? But first, this live stream is brought to you by Boomer Boost. Boomer Boost is a complete, comprehensive, all-in-one powerhouse nutritional supplement designed specifically to boost energy naturally and support vital body functions, including heart health, circulation, muscle function, healthy bones, and vision. Boomer Boost is really easy to use. It comes in a powder form. Just add it to water. It tastes great, and it only takes a minute to mix up in the morning, and it's great nutrition for you that will last the whole day. Go to boomerboost.com by clicking the link in the description box and use promo code Jericho, all caps, to receive $5 off of your first order. Sounds good to me, guys. Sounds good to me. Got another super here, and we will get started. We're going to get in that ass like a bike, no seat. We're going to get in that ass like a nosy proctologist. Kai Johnson from the UK. Thank you. He says, that woman's like an angry, obsessed ex. She should seek help. Yes. And it's weird because it's misdirected anger. Keep that anger. Keep that fire in your belly. What's her name? Letitia? I like that. I like the intensity. Point it in the right direction, dummy. Okay? Point it in the right direction. Jimmy Dean, no lube. That takes away all the fun. Here we go. Hydrate, people. Don't stop the hydration just because it's cooling off outside. Good gun. Here we go. Harlem store owner shoots 4 robbers, killing 2. They strode into, I think, shouldn't it be strolled? But it says they strode into the restaurant supply store in Harlem shortly after 3 p.m. on Thursday. One with a Glock 9mm pistol. The place may have looked like an easy mark, a high cash business with an owner in his 70s, known as a gentle, soft-spoken man. We know somebody like that, older, soft-spoken. But Charles Augusto Jr., the 72-year-old proprietor of the Kaplan Brothers Blue Flame Corporation near Amsterdam Avenue, had been robbed several times before, despite the fact that his shop is around the corner from the 26th Precinct Station House on West 126th Street. There were no customers in the store, only Mr. Augusto and 2 employees, a man and a woman. The police said the invaders announced a holdup, approached the 2 employees, and tried to place plastic handcuffs on them. The male employee, a 35-year-old known in the community as JB, struggled with the gunman, who then hit him on the head with a pistol. Watching it happen, Mr. Augusto, whose neighborhood friends call Gus, rose from a chair 20 to 30 feet away and took out a loaded Winchester 12-gauge pump-action shotgun with a pistol grip handle. Uh-oh. Pulled out the big dog. The police said he bought it after a robbery 30 years ago. Mr. Augusto, who has never been in trouble with the law, fired 3 blasts in rapid succession, the police said, although Vernon McKenzie, working at an internet company next door, heard only 2 booms loud enough to send him rushing to the window, where he heard someone shout, "You're dead! You're dead!" The first shot took down the gunman at the front. He died almost immediately, according to police, who said he was 29 years old and had been arrested for gun possession in Queens last year and was a nephew of a police officer. Mr. Augusto's other 2 blasts hit all 3 accomplices who stumbled off the door bleeding. So it sounds like he had some buckshots in there. They were spraying. He hit 3 people at once. Sounds like bucks. One of them, a 20-year-old, staggered across 125th Street and collapsed in front of the General Grant houses, a 9-building complex with 4,500 residents, one of the city's biggest housing projects. So he's in the hood. Someone called 911 and an ambulance rushed him to the St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital Center, where he was dead on arrival. The police said he had a record of arrest for weapons possession and robbery. Another wounded man left a blood trail that the police followed to 125th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. The 4th wounded man was picked up on the basis of witness description at 128. So you guys didn't get too far. I got about 3 blocks. The names of the men who were shot dead. 2 were wounded, immediately released by the authorities. The 2 at the hospital, both 21 years old, were in stable condition that night. Outside the emergency room entrance at the hospital, relatives and friends of the dead and wounded men screamed and wailed in anguish as word of what happened spread. No, a woman cried. They said he just died. Another crying woman, surrounded by family members, heard one of her relatives had been shot trying to rob a store. Oh my God! Ugh. Why would they want to rob a store? Good question. She started to scream, damn, why? Why would he go to a family store? He got money. She slumped against the wall and began to pray. Later, a man ran into the emergency room and came out screaming, oh God. He held his head in his hands and sat at the curb, apparently devastated. A youth about 16, crying and pacing at the emergency room entrance, slammed his fist into a yellow hole. That's too bad. One person said, how the hell are you going to rob someone in broad daylight? Said Sarah Martin, president of the General Grant Residents Association. Looking around the crowd of people, she added, they're very upset, the people who live in this area. Yeah. That's terrible. You guys can't be shocked that they died, that they got shot, can you? You know the lifestyle that they live. They got prior convictions for robbery, gun possession. You know what's up. Too bad. Shouldn't have fucked with Mr. Augusto. He probably had to blow dust off that shotgun. You got it 30 years ago? He said, boom, boom, boom. That was it. Oh, well. Brian Lawson, the leftist Steve Harvey has some of the worst takes when it comes to race and politics. Yeah, he's an idiot. The only bright spot I saw for him was when he met with Trump. That was it. Steve Harvey's a fucking idiot. A lot of them are. They're just so stupid. How is your rich ass gonna believe this? How did you rise to the top? Instead of lying and peddling poison in people's minds, why don't you write a manual on how you did it? Oh, you don't need a whole manual, just to post it. Work hard and stay consistent. That's it. Money certainly doesn't buy you intelligence, because a lot of those rich folks are dumb as a wet brick. Secretary, not sure. Thank you. No lies or in between with Jericho Green. No time for that. No time for that. Did I see one more? I did. I did thought of putting that. I did. Roy Lee Painter, again, thank you. Hey, Jericho, can we wait for Steve, please? Semper Fi. No, we can't. We can't keep waiting for Steve. We can't keep lowering the bar for Steve. He needs to learn. You're out of your mom's basement. You're not cleaning out her litter box with your hands. And by her litter box, I mean not her cat, her. She shits in a litter box. You're not there anymore, Steve. You need to grow up. You know what time the live starts. Get in here. We got to stop babying Steve. Roy, all right? That's the problem. You're being too soft on it. Mad, she says there's a hurricane brewing in the Atlantic, in Atlantic Canada, and it's starting right now here. I hope my power doesn't go out during the Jericho show. I hope it doesn't either. I hope you stay safe and don't lose any property or anything gets damaged. But yes, secondly, I hope you're still able here to stick around. Don't go anywhere. Come on, Canadian electricity. Hopefully, Justin Castro didn't drop the ball in your power grid. Little bastard. Jesse Smallwood, thank you. Indiana banned abortion with only a couple exceptions. I hope you're ready for an influx of abortions into California. Well, unfortunately, Jesse, California is waiting with open scalpels. They're waiting with open suction machines. And they're waiting with open bottles of chemicals to get rid of it that way. They're ready. They want to be an abortion sanctuary state. That is sick. That is fucking sick. You're proud of the fact that you're welcoming people to abort their children? Come on, man. That's disgusting. That's evil. That's devilish. Shay Williams says, who the F is Steve anyway? All right, Shay Williams. So like a few weeks back, there was this dude in the comment section named Steve, and he had some shit to say. I retorted, and he never got back to me. So then we concocted this life for Steve as to why he was in the basement, firing shots at me, and what a loser he was. It was this whole thing. You had to be there, Shay. But that's who Steve is, and occasionally Roy and others will check in on him to see where he's at. And Roy apparently is the one being too soft on him because he wanted us to wait. But Steve's not going to learn responsibility unless we hold him to the same standards as everyone else. He's out of his mom's basement. He's not jerking off 5 hours a day anymore. We're trying to help him. This is not only a comment section, Shay Williams. This is a place of help. Brian Shoemaker, thank you. I want your take on Mar-A-Lago so far. Mar-a-Lago, from the beginning, it's bullshit. It's unfounded. It's a witch hunt. It's weaponizing the FBI. We've seen this done before. We saw Biden's former boss do the same thing with the IRS. It's fucked up. It's un-American. It's very communist. I saw a clip of an interview he did with Hannity where he talks about all the shit they took, his will, all these different papers between him as an attorney and his attorney that had nothing to do with what they were supposedly looking for. These classified documents. Not to mention he has the power to declassify anything he wants. So if he has the power to declassify, is anything in his house classified? No. They went through his wife's shit. That's why they had to get that shady judge who was on Epstein's legal team, who doesn't like Trump. It's all bullshit. In a word, Mar-a-Lago is bullshit. And they're just fueling the fire. He's itching even more to get back in the White House. They're only ushering their own demise. That's what I think. That's what I think. Oops. There we go. Mental medalist wife. Thank you for that super sticker. Thank you for the sticker. Let's see. Ranson Shan, thank you very much. He says, isn't it ironic that the most black millionaires today are only rich due to evil white business owners like the NFL, the NBA? Any black founded company today creating black millionaires? Not at that rate. Not at the rate of professional sports. They created more black millionaires than any other entity, probably times 10. And then the first one's crying. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You have millions of dollars. You can't even go out in public in some places. And if you're famous enough anywhere, because you're going to be swamped by fans. So sign this, oh, sign that. You have women constantly throwing their clam at your face and hands and crotch. So, oh man, what a tough life you live. Not to mention millions of dollars in the bank and free shit from endorsements. You don't have to buy anything. So where's this racism and this oppression come in? You sound like a bunch of whiny bitches. That's what you sound like. First one to cry about some racism, and you're rich as fuck. Why is it always the rich ones crying like bitches? Jesse Smallwood, again, thank you. AR-10 or AR-15? Which is your preference? Well, I can say I've never shot an AR-10. I've seen one, but I've never shot one, so I can't really give you an educated opinion on that. So I'd have to go AR-15. I like ARs. They're awesome. I think they should be part of every arsenal. You need something mid-range. I'm going to build one. Very excited about that. I got to add the AR to my collection, but unfortunately, I've never shot an AR-10. But I'd like to. If anybody want to send me an AR-10, I'll take it. But I don't know. I'd say just off looks, an AR-10 looks mean. You know what I mean? I know the big, black, scary AR-15s are the ones that they always want to take from us. But the AR-10 looks mean. And it's a bigger round. So I don't know. If I'm going to get a larger round, then I would say I would go with the AR-10. But like I said, I've never shot it. But I'd like to. They do look cool. They do look mean. They better be careful. They'll be on their ass like the AR, like they're on the AR-15. They don't go after bigger rounds. Like for example, the AR-10. They're not going after that, even though it's much more destructive, longer range, all that shit than an AR-15. But that's not what they're worried about. It's not about the body count. They don't care about that. It's about the infringement. It's about the treading on us. That's what it's about. Spunbrain65, again, thank you. He said, all that yanking off done Steve in. Maybe. I hope not. I hope that we can resurrect him. We can make him our own personal little phoenix to rise from the ashes. I hope so. Yeah, that AR-10 does sound fun. Thank you for planting that seed. Okay, guys. Like Slick Rick said, here we go. So let's start off with our grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Have you seen me? Tell me, have you seen me? Because this old fool was on stage at the Global Fund Conference. Again, I hate that. I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like that global talk. I don't even like how we use czar as a title for people here. What the fuck? This isn't Soviet Russia. Czar? Stop that shit. But I do want you guys to be upset with me. Okay? Check this out. Look at this. Where you going, man? This way. Off the front of the stage, you sure? No. Maybe over here. All right. Who? What? Me? Oh, damn it. Hold on. I want you to hear what this fool is saying.
President, thank you. At the end of such a momentous event,
You're supposed to leave the stage, man.
the word thank you seems kind of inadequate. But for all the millions whose lives will be saved,
Yeah, I'll just stand
here,
here.
communities where life will be transformed, thank you. So thank you, President Biden.
He's saying thank you. What he's saying is, Sloppy Joe, is get off the stage. You're making it awkward up here. I'm supposed to keep talking and possibly invite someone else up here. Get out of here. Add this to Jill's nursing bag or her nursing arsenal, when she has to be the orderly for this fool. Give her one of those giant shepherd's hooks. And when he does this shit, you got to get the hook around his waist. What's this? Where am I going? You got to get over here, man. Get your ass off the stage. You could damn near see the steps right there. Why does he get so deer in the headlights when it comes to walking off of a stage? He was honestly, no bullshit, confused. He didn't know where to go. He didn't know what to do. Let's see. Charles, whatever. Jericho, for the love of God, please get split screen. You can show videos, bruh. I know I can do it. I don't know how. Let me see. We're going to do it right now, Charles. Let's see. This looks like the right one. Let's see. I'm going back to this. I'll figure that out later, Charles. But I see what you mean. I'll see what I can do. Thanks, Roy Lee Painter. He says, free Britney, not simplify. Well, maybe some of the money that they're making, the other WNBA players are making going to other countries because they're boycotting Russia. Maybe they can give it to her. Help her get out early. She don't want to. You think Brittany Griner really wants to get out early? She's in a women's prison. Her face looks like she ate a glazed donut. She don't want to go nowhere. She's like, ooh, only 9 years? I'm sorry, let me use her voice. Only 9 years? But he was lost on stage, and he was honestly confused. Like, we've all been on the stage, right? Even if it was like a Christmas play when you were in elementary school. We've all been on a stage. And it usually works the same way. I think stages are international, right? They don't have different stages in Europe or other countries. So usually how a stage works is you walk up on the stage, and then on the other side, you walk down. Or you go backstage. It didn't look like there was a backstage here, but if you walk up onto the stage and you talk, just go back the way you came, man. If you're that confused, just Hansel and Gretel that shit. Drop some breadcrumbs and then turn around and go back the way you came. How'd you get up there? The Secret Service go, here we go, and they put you up on stage? No, you walked up there. So where'd you walk from, man? Just go back the way you came. Oh, my goodness. Couldn't do it. Then stood on the side of the stage like no one is going to be able to concentrate on the dude because the leader of the free world's up there. That's where people's attention's going to go, you dummy. Golly, man. He was like, he didn't know where the fuck he was. Secret Service, you know what to do. You take out that lock of 8-year-old or little 8-year-old girl's hair that you guys keep on you and just wave that shit. Get the pheromones in the air. He will follow you. Okay? I got the scent. He'll follow you. Lala HK says he can't remember, JG. You're probably right. He'll remember that? The hair of a child? A minor's follicles? He'll remember that. Get that scent, then he'll go back off the stage. I don't know what else to do. Maybe turn the lights down in the place and just have a light on where he's supposed to go. So that's all he sees is that light. What's over here? I don't know. I've never had problems getting off the stage before. He is up there in age. And if there's any older people in here, do stages confuse you? I don't understand. If this was the first time, we would be shocked, but it's not, is it? He came off the steps of Air Force One in Israel, didn't know where to go. They had to show him. How many times do you think they put their hand on his lower back? Sir, this way, sir. They probably have to turn him and kind of turn him in that direction because he don't know where to go. He can't get off a stage. Right. Scott Forador, thank you. Says, can I get a rin-din-a-din-din definite? And that's a quote. For God's sake, think about what you think about. Thank you, Scott. Rid-a-din-din definite. Like I said, this is the first time he got confused on how to get off of a stage. We'd probably have a little sympathy in there, but it's not. It's happened a lot. Ghost handshakes and shit. Come on, man. Remember, 3 aneurysms and an embolism in one brain. That's a lot. That's a lot. Medical professionals, if you had a patient who survived 3 aneurysms and an embolism, would you hand them the keys to the country? You know what? You had more brain trauma than the average person by a lot. Let's see how you do in DC. Has anyone ever had that thought before? No. That's what we got. That's what we got. Anderson Moffat, too, says half a brain. I will say he has none. Because as I've said before, if you pop the top on him and looked inside of his head, there is a dead, decaying mouse laying there. My goodness, people. Sad. If they could imagine, just imagine, if you would, that we were watching this from afar and that was somebody else's leader. What we would be saying and thinking, and the sympathy we would have for those people. But we're not. He's here. He's ours. Ugh. And I'm going to be doing some videos today on shit. What, you guys thought because it's not June or October yet that we were done with the Ku Klux Trans? Wrong. So, let's talk about these illegals suing Governor Ron DeSantis for sending them to Martha's Vineyard. I live in this country and I'd like to go to Martha's Vineyard. Doesn't that sound nice? Wouldn't that be cool if someone told you, hey, we're going to give you an all expense paid trip to Martha's Vineyard? That sounds pretty damn good. Very rich, affluent community. Who would want to go there and hang out with rich folks and have all the finer things in life? I don't see the problem, but apparently they do. This article from NBC News, so you know it's chock full of truth. It says migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard sue DeSantis in class action alleging fraud. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Let's see how these illegals have been defrauded. Migrants who were flown from Texas to Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, under a new program by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, sued DeSantis, a Republican, and other state officials Tuesday, alleging they were victims of fraud for political purposes. Uh-oh. Alianza Americas, a Chicago-based network of migrant-led organizations, and 3 migrants who landed in Massachusetts last week on flights chartered by Florida, accused DeSantis and his co-defendants of executing a premeditated, fraudulent, and illegal scheme for the sole purpose of advancing their own personal, financial, and political interests. Let me read this again with the gravitas that it deserves. Alianza Americas, a Chicago-based network of migrant-led organizations, and 3 migrants who landed in Massachusetts last week on flights chartered by Florida, accused DeSantis and his co-defendants of executing a premeditated, fraudulent, and illegal scheme for the sole purpose of advancing their personal, financial, and political interests. Get the fuck out of here. In the lawsuit, which seeks class action status in Massachusetts federal court, the plaintiffs alleged that the ruse, which DeSantis claimed credit for as part of his effort to highlight illegal immigration, violated constitutional protections under the 4th and 14th Amendments and several federal statutes. Hold on, guys. It's a stupid thing I got. It's dumb. I know it's dumb. I know it's stupid and it's a waste of time, but please indulge me. I got this thing here, and it's the Constitution of the United States. I know, it's stupid. All right, just give me a minute. 11, 12, 13, 14. They said the 14th Amendment, right? All persons born or naturalized, there's that B word again. But they're illegal. I'm sorry, you guys, let me focus. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges. Let me go back. Guys, hold on. I went to public school. I'm trying to put it together. Forgive me. Violated constitutional protections under the 4th and 14th Amendments. But they're all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdictions thereof are citizens of the United States. Migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard sue DeSantis for violation of 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state of wherein they reside. Guy, I'm confused. These people were born in Venezuela and other places, but they're talking about the 14th Amendment. But the 14th Amendment says that if you're born here or naturalized here. Can you guys, I'm watching the comment section. Can you guys help me understand this? Because I got oil over here and I got water over here and I can't get them to mix. Because the 14th Amendment is clearly for people born or naturalized here. Maybe they don't know what born means. Maybe they're so caught up in this abortion shit, they never get to the end of the story, which is born. That means someone is putting their legs in some stirrups, sweating and breathing hard for a long time until they hear, or you're laid down, given a sedative of sorts, and they cut the baby out of you. But either way, a baby is coming into the world. Born. I don't think they're talking about, no. They're thinking of Jason Bourne, right? They have to be. Because that, I know this is stupid. I'm sorry for even bringing it up. But that pesky Constitution, it's in the first sentence. It says born or naturalized. But these people weren't born or naturalized here. So how do they get to eat of the buffet of the Constitution? Why do they get the benefits of an American citizen? If you give our fucking benefits to people who aren't American citizens, then they're not benefits anymore because they're available to everybody. It's not special. What the? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to even get you hung up on that shit. I'll work on that later on my own because I need to I'll understand it. I'm sorry. Sorry to bother you. In addition to seeking damages, they are also asking the court to block DeSantis and others named in the lawsuit from inducing immigrants to travel across state lines by fraud and misrepresentation. It says the suit further argues that the money DeSantis used was unauthorized because it originated from the federal coronavirus state fiscal recovery fund and was therefore subject to its restrictions. Son of a bitch. The lawsuit alleges that the scheme involved DeSantis and other Florida officials that worked with unidentified defendants to identify and target migrants by trolling the streets. So Ron DeSantis and his cohorts are cruising, they're trolling the streets outside a migrant shelter in San Antonio and other locales, and they lured roughly 50 migrants with McDonald's gift cards and free hotel stays with the promise that if they boarded the planes to other states, they would get jobs, housing, educational opportunities, and other assistance upon arrival. Well, that part is true. Because unfortunately, we bend over backwards and contort ourselves to give these people everything that we have. So that part is true. Trolling the streets outside a migrant shelter, and they lured them with McDonald's gift cards and free hotels. Okay, so they were cruising. Hey, come here, migrant. Here we go. Come on. You want this McDonald's card? Remember Harry and the Hendersons? How did he get Harry inside of his car to take him back to the forest? He took filet of fishes and shit and French fries, and he threw them in the car. And Harry's like, Rrr. He goes in there. Come on. Hey, you want this? You want some? Thank you, Mr. DeSantis. I love Madonna's. They love McDonald's. Everybody knows these little brown people love McDonald's. So he had the card, threw him in there. Oh, thank you, sir. And they free a hotel. So they get in there, and then they slam the door, just like Dave Chappelle. Gotcha, bitch. They slam the door on him. No, let me out, senor. I want to stay. And they put him on an airplane. They land, they touch down in Martha's Vineyard, and you want to sue somebody? Hey, entice me with free hotels and McDonald's gift cards, and you can take me wherever you want. That's what they said. Can you believe that shit? Who is taking this serious? That judge better come down from the bench, stick his hand out. The bailiff is going to dump baby powder in his hand, and you smack the shit out of any lawyer that brings this shit in front of you. What? How dare you allow them the benefits of our Constitution? That shit belongs to me. That shit belongs to you. It does not belong to them. Since you love our constitutional benefits so much, take your punk coward ass back to your shithole and draft one yourself. Because we got one. It's for us, not you. What the fuck? Hey, and when you guys go back, take these rotten sons of bitches with you. Take them with you. Any lawyer that's going to take this case, anybody who supports this shit. You are going to sue a sitting governor of the United States of America, and you're an illegal? How about this? How about you try going to another country and demanding half of the shit that they get? The fact that you're illegal will make any request you make null and void, and they will kick you out of their country, as they should. You don't fucking belong here. So you get nothing. You're lucky we're not giving you some boot time. You're lucky we're not taking our batons out and giving you customer service. Get your ass out of here. That's our gift to you. Allowing you to leave unscathed is our gift to you. You don't get to take part in our 4th and 14th Amendments. Who are you? Who are you? Nobody. And they sent you to Martha's Vineyard. You're winning. Getting here is an upgrade. This is an upgrade. Martha's Vineyard? I've lived in this country my whole life. I've never been to Martha's Vineyard. You went right to the penthouse. How is that? And you got the nerve to fix your face to say you want to sue a governor here? Man.
You know why? At first, I like being here in Martha's Vineyard, but then this lawyer came up to me and said, "Do you want a lot of monies?" So I said, "Okay, what do I have to say to get the monies?"
That is some. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? You're an illegal. You came here illegally, you son of a bitch. And it's even worse than what's even worse than the illegals who are going along with this are the piece of shit Americans, the American lawyers and politicians who are supporting this shit. They are even worse. You are worse than the illegals trying to get this money because they were probably glad to be in Martha's Vineyard or anywhere in this country because anywhere in this country is an upgrade. Moto Fabio, that's very play. He said, "Can I get a burrito?" That's fucked up, man. Don't laugh at that. See what you did, Moto Fabio? Don't laugh at that, guys. I'm going to go to the bottom of the comment section here. I don't want to see any laughing emojis. Damn it, there they are. What's wrong with you guys? Huh? Huh? And someone else, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this. Somebody gonna look at this. Look at this. Yo, it's Shannon D. I love America. Don't continue this play activity. Yo, it's Shannon D. It's Shannon. How about that? Maybe that's how it's supposed to go. You guys are doing so well. So well. Oh, the Ferg, that's enough with the cry laughing emoji. Salty Dog 339, no more ha ha ha. Mads, now you got Canada joining in. It's gone international. Mads is saying LMAO. Damn it. Let's see what Caroline 714 is talking about. Maybe she's going to break up this pled nonsense. Thank you, Caroline. Carolyn 714. She said, "I'm dead. Your illegal impersonations are the best." I thought you were going to stop this play activity, Carolyn, not continue it. Now it's across the pond. Kai Johnson from the UK has joined in. Damn it. This is not my intention to set you guys off like this. Not at all. Let's see who else. Quitting Time. I knew it. I knew you'd join in Quitting Time. I'm not surprised by that. You're usually the ringleader for this player shit. But that doesn't make any sense. Obviously, these illegals were coerced into taking part in this bullshit. How dare you? Why don't you fix the problem? One thing I learned when I was in Sea Cadets, I was a young man. It was fighting fires. And when you have an electrical fire, the first thing you do is cut off the power source. so it doesn't make more fire. Cut off the power source, kill the fire. Right? So you got this fire ablazing in Martha's Vineyard and Kamala Harris's house in DC, and all these people that are crying like bitches because you gave them a handful of illegals. Then fix the problem. Stop voting like a jackass and seal the border. Then they won't be coming up here, and you won't have to have these frivolous lawsuits, class action lawsuits, saying they were defrauded with McDonald's gift cards. Take me back to like 15, 20 years ago when this shit was laughed at. R. Scott, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, like a migrant version of the Jeffersons. Well, we're moving on up. That's right. To the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Obviously, the beans don't burn on the grill. It took a wide open border just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues. It's our turn at bat. As long as we living, you and me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. They're talking to their lawyer. You and me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. Moving on up, quick too. They passed your ass up. You got a house in Martha's Vineyard? You been there? Nope. J. Mike S., I see what you're doing. He's saying, I see what you're doing. Very play. Some of the most play activity I've ever seen. You don't say, I see you too. You know, the usual suspects. The usual play artists in here. I see them. That's so fucking stupid. This is an upgrade, man. What are you talking about? You made it to America. You better chill out. You better enjoy what you got. Sons of bitches. I'm surprised they didn't get one of those illegals in front of a microphone. Because, you know, the guilt-ridden white liberals. Honey, come in here. Oh, my God. Look at this poor illegal. It's the patriarchy of America and imperialism that brought that person here. And now they have them in front of a microphone, and they're going to talk. And we should listen, because if we listen, we can act like we actually helped a colored person today, and I can sleep at night. Go. Come on up. It's okay. Está bien. Go ahead.
Hello? I did not want to be here in a Martha a Vineyard. Senior DeSantis, he tricked me with Madonna gift cards and a free hotel. I did not want to be here, but he tricked me.
I just wanted another excuse to do that. The fucking nerve. Hey, illegal. Come here. Come in close. I don't give a shit if they lied to you or not. I don't care. You know why? Because you're not supposed to be here. Okay? I don't care if they lied to you and deceived you. So what? I don't give a shit. Now, you come through the front door legally and they do this to you, I'll be standing right next to you demanding they be punished. Okay? But as long as you're illegal, I'm going to need you to take a sip from this big old cup of shut the fuck up. Okay? Guzzle it. Don't spill it. Drink it all. I don't get it. You guys explain it to me because I don't get it. Rome 13. She says Madonna gift cards. Well, I grew up in a farming community, also a sanctuary city, which sucks. But the the illegals that come over here, usually the Oaxacas from Oaxaca, Mexico, the little short, dark-skinned ones, that's how they say McDonald's. Madonna. Hey, my friend, we go to Madonna. That's how they say it. And they say Pepsi instead of Pepsi.
Pepsi, un Sprite, y a Jumbo Yak. Don't blame me, guys. I grew up around them. I know how they sound. Don't blame me. But that's how they say McDonald's. Madonna. Hey, would you like some Madonna?
Tell me if I'm lying. Anybody who grew up around or in a farming community where they had a bunch of field workers, that's how they talk. I'm just trying to be accurate. Okay, that's all. Trying to give you a little accuracy for your day. Oh, here we go.
The Pleminator. He says, I heard play. The Pleminator is here. Meow, meow. Come on, give me General Kirby. Mayday, Mayday, I need General Kirby. It'll never work.
That guy ran California. How sad was that? You want to piss my mom off? You want to piss my mom off in one word? Because she was a state worker while he was governor. All you have to do is say Schwarzenegger. And now you made her mad. My mom hates Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was the worst. Yeah, he was a shitty-ass governor. Never mind that stupid R he had in front of his name. That had nothing to do with his governorship. But if you want take my mom from zero to murderous rage, say Schwarzenegger. And that's all you have to do. Set it and forget it. My mom will be pissed. I could have swore there was another super chat in here. I don't want to miss it. So let me scour the comment sections for it. Yeah, Arnold, he sucked. Then he opened his mouth about all the COVID shit, being a little ingrate. Our country did embrace you and make you the world's biggest action star, and all that petty shit. Yeah. That's from Total Recall. Remember, he rolled down the hill and he's having a nightmare. They were on Mars, and he rolled down the hill, and his mask broke, and he couldn't breathe. And his eyes were all bugging out. Shit. Come here. There's a bomb in here. There's a bomb in here. There's a bomb in there. Oh, man. It'll never work. There's a bomb in there. All right, I'll stop. One more time. There's a bomb in there. All right, that's it. Ugh, sorry about that, guys. I had to get it out. You know what I mean? Gregory Von Hoffman, that's true. He said, that dude said, baby, I wish I had 3 hands. Now, why would he say that? Because there was a lady in Total Recall who had 3 titties. I know, fellas, right? An extra titty? 2 is great. 2 is wonderful. Every time a woman takes her titties out for a man, if you listen close, if you hold her bra up to your ear, you can hear, ah. That's the heavens singing. Okay? Love 2 titties. I recommend it for anyone. But 3? Come on now. That's a sign of the apocalypse. We start getting an extra titty, you know it's going to be over soon. 666. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. I've seen you before. Welcome back. Thank you. He says, remember, Sully, remember when I promised to kill you last? I lied. Hurry, Sully, this is my week on. When he was holding him over that cliff. And you notice Sully's car flips over on its side. Arnold flips it back over, of course. It's all scraped up. And then when they cut to the next thing, when they take off, the side of the car is all brand new and not even messed up. I guess he punched out the dents too. Arnold can do he can do everything in those movies. Anyway, sorry about that. But don't forget this, guys. No matter how off track I might get. Remember, Boomer Boost is a complete, comprehensive, all-in-one powerhouse nutritional supplement. designed specifically to boost energy naturally and support vital body functions, including heart health, circulation, muscle function, healthy bones, and vision. Boomer Boost is really easy to use. It comes in powder form. Just add it to water. It tastes great, and it only takes a minute to mix in the morning, and it gives you great nutrition that will last you the whole day. Go to boomerboost.com or click in the link in the description box and use promo code Jericho, all caps, to receive $5 off of your first order. Sounds good to me. Tammy A, you're right. Hit that like button, like and sub and like. What up, Tammy? I saw you in the comment section last night when we were over on Gabe's channel going over dissecting Batman 1989. It was a lot of fun, a lot of insight. Check it out. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so there's a lot of things in there that I noticed for the first time watching it as an adult. Like the whole reason that Grissom, played by Jack Palance, remember, you're my number one guy. The reason that he turns on Joker, or Jack Napier at the time before he was Joker, over a woman. He saw Jack Nicholson eyeballing his lady when she came in. He knew they were fucking around, and that's why he set him up. That's how the police showed up, and he got, dumped in the green chemicals. You don't say. Thank you very much for that super speaker. Thank you, my friend. I saw you there, Lord German Husbando. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. You can go the Venmo route if you like, or Cash App, but I do not know WTF. Yeah, Rodwell, he said I didn't even remember that Billy D was even in that movie. Yeah, he was Harvey Dent. Billy D. Williams. One of the smoothest men ever. I know Tom Selleck gets a lot of praise for his mustache, but you need to look up Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams and the Whispers. That is some serious mustache work. I mean, thick. Look like one of those combs they give you on picture day. A man with a mustache that thick, when he talks, you listen. Yep, Rome 13, ever dance with the devil? How he said it when he's having the dream. Hey kid, you ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? That shit was scary as a kid when he said that voice. But yeah, great movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I uploaded, so on my Instagram page, I do the hashtag not today. I upload clips and shit from TV shows and movies and stuff for advertisements where they couldn't get away with that today because some, woke bitch with purple hair would get all pissed off and they get canceled. But I posted a clip from the movie and you could hear it. Just listen. 100%. Like when you listen to this clip that I'm about to play, just listen for the misogyny and like the toxic masculinity. He like talks to her, tells her to shut up, and he like pushes her down in her seat, and that's not right. But it's great. I love the 80s. Here we go.
Listen, I came over to clear a few things.
I don't know who you think you are. You hurt me.
I know. Look.
I called you when I called you.
I know.
And you lied.
Well,
you lied to me about leaving town.
Well, let me tell you why.
Let me tell you. You invited me out. We went to dinner. I thought we
Right.
felt something.
Well,
And I
if you give me a
trusted you,
chance,
and I
it's-
even slept with you. I can't believe I did
Well,
that. And then you
I-
wouldn't return my phone calls. You must be some kind of jerk.
Look, you're a real nice girl, and I like you a lot. But for right now, shut up.
You told a birthing person chest feeder to shut up? And you see how he just went on to mansplain to her? Ugh. I'm glad we're so progressive now. That was gross. That was gross. Spunbrain 65, Jack Nicholson, he should have got an Oscar nod for that. Because he killed it. When he turned to the Joker, that laugh, and how crazy he was. Man, come on. Come on now. You're a nice girl, and I like you. But right now, shut up. He had something to tell her. He was trying to tell her he was Batman. That's pretty important, isn't it? She just kept going on and on. Oh, man, that was so cool. Love that movie. Hadn't seen it in a long time. So, New York. I got some news for you guys. You're going to love it. because everybody loves to know that they are not their employees' main concern, right? So if you put somebody in a position of power and they shit on you, disobey you, disregard you, that's not good, right? We'll see. And I got this from the NYPD website. Okay, this is what the cops are saying. This is from the people with their feet on the beat. All right. Shout out to any NYPD officers listening to this. I am so ashamed and sad that you have to work under a piece of human garbage like Eric Adams. And if you're in your patrol car, turn this part up. Eric Adams, you fucking suck. You are letting down the people of New York. You're garbage. They'd be better off with Mayor de Blasio and his fucked up Adams family. Turn it down now, guys. So this says for the month of July 2022, the number of overall shooting incidences increased in New York City compared with July of 2021. Again, I'm sorry to waste your time. I know I told you I was sorry when I wasted your time with that stupid, insignificant Constitution, but I'm going to have to waste your time a little bit more with this. There's statistics from the NYPD. I'm sorry to do this to you, but I think it's relevant. So it says the number of murders citywide increased for the month by 34.3%. And I'm going to get to why I'm telling you these numbers. Overall index crime in New York City increased in July 2022 by 30.5% compared with July 2021. 6 of the 7 major index crime categories saw increases driven by a 40.6% increase in grand larceny, a 37.2% increase in robbery, and a 25.6% rise in burglary. So let's see. Murder was up 34.3%, larceny 40.6%, robbery 37%, and burglary 25%. Wow. So if you were like a company and these were increases in your numbers and sales, why don't I hear champagne corks popping? Because we're celebrating. Those are 25%, 40%, 37% increases. That is huge. I'm talking about fat bonuses coming out, paid vacations. We're getting new equipment. Throw that roll of duct tape away that we've been using to hold this business together. We just had 25 to 40% increases. Let's fucking party. But it's not. These are increases in crime in New York City. By far, the largest city in our country, and by far, the largest city in the state of New York, who the Attorney General works for. So let me tell you why I told you those numbers. Those numbers are for New York City this year in the month of July. Okay, we've seen the footage from New York, the assaults, the punches in the face, the pushings on the train tracks, in the subway, the murders, the robberies. Remember a couple of weeks ago, it was fucking Grand Theft Auto. That car did a pit maneuver in the other car and busted the window and took 20 grand and sped off. New York's getting back into its 70s days. Trash everywhere. Hold on, let me see if I can find this damn video. I don't know. I probably went down a rabbit hole. But there was footage out of New York City where there's garbage piled in the streets. The trash got to the middle of the street. You can see where it's flat, where the cars ran over it because it was in the street. Filth, squalor. Let me tell you this. I don't know if any of you work for Orkin. I don't know if any of you are Orkin men. But I'm going to go ahead and say if you have massive piles of trash and garbage, you're going to attract politicians. No, I'm sorry. Same genus. Vermin, rats, roaches, and the disease that come along with it. Anybody want hepatitis C? Any hands in the back? Hep C, Hep B, anybody? So it's a fucking disgusting, crime-ridden, festering wound on the taint of America, right on the skin bridge. So you have those numbers going through the fucking roof. New York is at its most unsafe in recent history, but the AG, the highest ranking law enforcement official in the state of New York, has the time to bring a lawsuit against the Trumps. Yes, the Trumps. You are paying more than you ever have for shit. You are more fearful to live in your own city that you probably grew up in. You got memories. You got people there. That's where your family is. That's where you built your life. You're more unsafe than you've probably ever been in your lifetime. And you have time, Attorney General Letitia James, to sue the Trumps. Not the clumps, the Trumps. Trump and his kids. So, New Yorkers, how does that make you feel? I want to be your psychiatrist. If there are any New Yorkers in here, let me know. How do you feel? How does it make you feel knowing that the highest ranking law enforcement officer in your state is worried about the Trumps and business fraud? Huh? How does that make you feel? Let me know. Any NYC people here? How does that make you feel to know the shit you're dealing with, all the shit you're paying for, the crime? Shout out to B. Tatum, my boy B. Tatum. He posted a video. Oh, and Megan McGlover also. They both posted a video of these Spanish grandmas in this neighborhood who were afraid to go outside because these hordes of little teenage bastards were assaulting them. And Megan asked a good question. She said, where are the men to protect these old women? Because I tell you what, if I see a bunch of kids fucking with an old lady, I'm going to do something about it. I have to. She's an old lady. Have we no shame? What the fuck? You wouldn't protect an old lady? But these people are being terrorized. So that must mean they're terrorists in order to terrorize them. They're held hostage in their own neighborhoods in New York City. In New York City. I'm sure New York City is on the Attorney General of New York's radar. You ever heard of it? But instead of using her resources to stomp out the crime in New York and to make it a safe, clean city again, she is taking her resources and going after Trump and his family. So what's more important to her? Yo, it's Shannon again. She says about 8 years ago, the knockout game started in New York City. People died from that. People died from that. If someone hits you and you fall unconscious and slam your head on the pavement, there's this thing called brain swelling and you die from it. So what does that tell you? If you had to look, if you went into her office, you snuck into her office, and you looked on her desk and you found her list of priorities, how does that make you feel to know that you're not on it? How does that make you feel to know that even if you make the list, and that's a big if, how does it make you feel to know that you're not at the top, that you're underneath the Trump family? What? The Trump family. That's right. Some might say that this is all in coordination with the federal government to keep Trump out of the White House. I'm just saying. Maybe it's an effort to do that. Maybe this is part of it. I don't know. I mean, there was a time where you could call me a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think so. That's right, Rome 13. What would Brian Boitano do? Well, call those bitches big, fat bitches, biggest bitch, and oh, wherever she's a bitch, whoever was a bitch, she's a bitch, you out there. Boy, you ain't gas. I love that movie. Don't you do it. Don't you sing it, fat ass. Well. Calls us bitches, big fat bitches, big. She's a bitch you want that, boy. Yeah. Indiana Bone says, my advice is learn self-defense. That's always a good idea. I would say learn some self-defense and arm yourself with a firearm, because that's what these people understand. That's what's going to keep them away from you, is if you blast them. Because don't think for a second they won't kill you. Don't think for a second that these violent little sons of bitches are not capable of murder. Shout out to at Right Wing Angel on Instagram. He posted one of the worst things I've ever seen. Some little person of color, some Fabergé egg of ethnicities, went into a liquor store. The man opened the drawer, gave him the money, literally sat down up against the wall and stayed out of his way so he could rob him, and he shot the man in his head as he sits on the floor. So don't tell me these little fuckers are just there to rob and they weren't going to kill you. I'm not taking the chance. I got a family and belongings to go home to, and I'm going. So if you are all that stands between me and that, your family's about to get a disturbing phone call. There's about to be a shockwave sent through your family, not mine. Hell no. I got 2 kids to raise. I can't be gone. They ain't going to have no stepdaddy. What, because of you? You little product of a broken home piece of shit? You're going to make it so I don't go home to mine? You're out of your fucking mind. You've lost it. What little mind you had, you completely lost it. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm going home. Motherfuckers must be crazy. Brian King B. Falcon says, oh, I'm going home. No doubt about that shit. No doubt. I'm not going to be out here caught slipping because these so-called leaders aren't leading. They're not looking out for me. They're not looking out for my best interest and my safety and the safety of my family, which I love more than myself. And you think I'm going to allow you little pencil neck bitches to stand in the way of me returning home to my family? Love doesn't even begin to describe how I feel about them. I have to be there for him, for them. I have to. You ever had a feeling where something was coming up and you just knew that you were just going to fix it? You just had to. There was no way that you weren't going to conquer that. There was just a feeling inside of you that failure is not an option. Well, how are you going to do it? I don't know, but I'm just going to do it. I can't fail. I can't. So they're going to let you little bastards out on the street to terrorize us? Nah, I'm cool. I love the shit out of my family. I'll see you guys tonight. There will be no chalk around me. None. New York City. New York City? That woman, Letitia James, is suing the Trumps? Hey, Letitia, why don't you put some of those efforts towards investigating or suing the district attorney of New York, who keeps letting these savages back out on the streets after a light little, it's not even a slap on the wrist. You know, they take them little big feathers that people use, in the bedroom to get weird. They just slap them on their little feather tickle. There you go. And it's not even a slap on the wrist. It's a little tickle. Even the criminals go, little Pillsbury Doughboy. They just laugh. That tickles. See ya. They just go, see ya. See ya. Bye. See you later. That tickles. That tickles, New York District Attorney. That tickles. You stop it. You stop, criminal. No, you stop, DA. Well. Isn't that nice? Isn't it so nice to know that people who visit horrors upon you and your family where you live, in your home, in your neighborhood, where else are you supposed to go? Where are you supposed to go? Your home. That's it. I don't got another one. This is it. But isn't it nice to know the people that terrorize and maim and hurt and kill you? You're going to take them down to the station? Get out of here, you. Huh? And they'll be right back out on the streets. You haven't even changed your bandages yet, and they're back out on the streets. You haven't even gone down to the morgue to identify him yet. They haven't even come to pick him up yet. The police are still at your house investigating. And look outside. Look, the killer's walking back home. Isn't that nice? Oh, I love to feel loved. Heidi Booth, thank you. Number one family man, JG. That's why we watch you. Thank you very much. Just keeping it real. Keeping it real. That's how we all feel about our family. Be Whiskey. I didn't see it, man. I'm sorry. I'll search. That's how we all feel. That's how we all need to feel, at least. These people, they don't understand words. They're like bullies. They don't understand words and reasoning. They understand losing their job. They understand holding a box full of the shit off of their desk. That's what they understand. You heard the lady yesterday when I played that the sound from the city councilwoman in Sherman Oaks. Homeless people shitting on the streets, accosting people. She says, well, it's because of a lack of housing. So if you took this psychotic, drug-addled, mentally ill Tasmanian devil and put him inside the four walls of a home, it would all go away. He would go over there and grab his smoking jacket and his pipe and start regaling you with tales of the old country, right? Yeah, shut the fuck up. That's what we call a lie? Here you go, B Whiskey. Thank you. I love Don Stinky Finger Lemon getting schooled by the UK scholar regarding reparations. Stinky Finger couldn't get out of that interview fast enough. Well, thank you, B Whiskey, for that. Why would B Whiskey called Don Lemon, or as I like to call him, Donna Lamone, that greasy lip bitch? Why would he call him Stinky Finger? That's so rude. That's so pleb. Well, I'll tell you why. Because what, a year or two ago, B Whiskey, something like that, he was accused of accosting and sexually assaulting a man at a nightclub. They didn't tell you what kind of nightclub it was, but I think the words Blue Oyster were in the title. So he's at a club. He pushes this guy up against the wall. If you got kids in the room, earmuffs. He allegedly pushes the guy up against the wall, sticks his hand down in his crotch, and gives the guys the two fingers across the nose. He said, "You like that? You like that?" I'm sorry, sir. What the fuck did you just do? Now, how that guy kept his inner Hulk in is beyond me. Because I don't care if you are the Dalai Lama. I don't care how, hey, man, I'm anti-violence, man. I don't believe in fighting. I don't believe in solving problems with your hands. I don't care how far you are down that stupid rabbit hole. That guy deserves to have the shit beat out of him. Number one, you shoved me. We're already scrapping over that. But why did the guy stand there like that? He's like, ooh, what's he going to do? Where's his hand going? Why are you standing there letting this dude give you the stinky two across your nose? That dude has his own problems, obviously. Just imagine, guys. I'm talking to the guys here, okay? Just imagine if Don Lemon, you're walking through a bar, thinking guy shit. Don Lemon shoves you against the wall, puts his hand in his pants, and puts his dick stink across your nose. What would you do? What would you do? Would you let it go? Would you be the bigger person? I'd say that bigger person shit for something else. Oscar Gonzalez, I like the way you're thinking. He says lawsuit. But man, it would take all of your self-control. It would take everything inside of you to not check his fucking chin. And that's only where we're starting. You put your dick stink on, man. We need time here because we got shit to work out. This is going to be a process. But yes, I see what you mean. The suing him, that would be a fat payday. You'd have to go down and like have them do a DNA swab. Like, oh shit, Don Lemon, how did your DNA get under his nose? Like, I don't know. There would have to be a guaranteed way for this to be proven. Because boy, it would take everything in you not to make Don Lemon touch everything in that bar. Boy, I mean, it's not even rage at that point. It's an out-of-body experience. You'll be floating above yourself with your arms crossed watching the carnage. Bruh. But that's why he called him Stinkfinger, because he allegedly gave somebody the dick stink across his chops. Boy, oh shit. We would have some shit to work out. And it's Donna Lamone. You know you could take him. You know you could take him. Oh man, it would. Whew, you'd have to do some breathing exercises to keep from fucking him up royally. That's the beatdown of the year. Yeah. Anywho, that's how that would go down. But if you were able to restrain yourself and take it to the courtroom, hey, get him. But if you didn't, I understand. I really do. Man, oh man, what a way to end it, huh? Hold on a second. We got a super duper. Super duper. Nico Giorgio. Thank you for the Twampski. Hey, Jericho, after 26 years and 6 months, I finally retired from the NYPD a few months ago. I worked with Mayor Eric Adams when he was a lieutenant in 2001 in the 94th precinct, and it was not a good experience. Really, Nico, I need you to email me, Nico. JerichoGreen2018@gmail.com. Please. Please. I'd appreciate that. And congratulations on your retirement. And I'm glad that you stayed safe all those years. Thank you for your service to NYC. But yeah, please shoot me an email, Nico. I'd like to expound on that. But yeah, New York City, New York, New Yorkers, the state, any other unsafe areas. I know where the shooting took place at the grocery store, that mass murder, that wasn't a good area. So all the areas that are having problems, all the areas that are nice, because your tax dollars are going to this. Your tax dollars are going to this woman filing a lawsuit against the Trumps. All of your money is going to that. So how do you feel? Ajua, what's up? How you doing? I told you guys I met her when I went to Dallas to the Uncle Tom 2 premiere. Very active in the political scene. She's our eyes and ears on the ground in Texas. She's the one who let me know that, oh, Beto O'Rourke is closer to getting the governorship than you think. That was eye-opening. But hey, shout out to you. I'm glad you're in here. Appreciate it. So I'm going to be doing a video right after this. One is going to be exclusively on my website, jerichogreen.net. Only $3.99 a month. Come on. Michael says, at Nico Giorgio. Shout out to you. I retired last year, 25 years, Northeast Ohio. Congratulations to you too, Michael. Thank you for your service. I'm glad you also made it safely to your retirement. And Ohio, that's got some sore spots there. We'll call it that. For all you guys, any law enforcement in here, you know, thank you. I hope you work in a city where the higher ups have your back and they're not constantly vilifying you and throwing you under the fucking bus. I'm going to be doing, like I said, 2 videos. One I'm going to upload on my YouTube channel. The other one I'm going to upload strictly on my website. And the one that I'm going to talk about, the topic that I'm going to cover on the video that I'm going to upload on YouTube is there's another childhood classic that we all love. I think it was made in 1939. Let me see. It had to be. Yeah, 1939, Wizard of Oz. We all love that movie. I've been watching it since I was a kid. It used to scare me when I was a kid. The Wicked Witch, come on, man. When she appeared in the Munchkin Village out of that red smoke, that was scary as shit. Those memories you have of it, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, how the farmhands ended up being the characters, and Annie M and the tornado and all that, and the colorfulness of the Wizard of Oz, the vibrance of Oz when they got there, and the little munchkins and shit, and the Cowardly Lion. He was my favorite. Courage. All those fond memories, watching it with your kids. My daughter used to love the Wizard of Oz. We watch it all the time. All those great memories, watching it with your family. Maybe you used to watch it with somebody who's no longer here. Maybe every time you see that movie, it makes you think of a time or makes you think of a person. But all the happy memories you have with it. Well, take those happy memories and somehow apply them to the toilet paper roll in your bathroom. Now roll all those happy memories up and wipe your ass with them, because that's what they're doing, because they're going to do a remake. Bah, 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 bah. You got it, people. They're doing a remake. I can't wait. Come on now. There it is. Boy, I sure fucked that up. They're doing a remake. Oh, I'm sorry. You thought they were going to have the same characters in the same way? Just copy and paste? Wrong. It's 2022. They're going to have members of the alphabet soup group and the Ku Klux Klans prominently displayed in the remake. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. We're going to read an article from the director and the writer of it and see what he thinks. So enjoy the memories of the Wizard of Oz as long as you can, because when that movie comes out, those memories will be tainted. And real quick, I'll expand on this point when I make the video, but there's no need for that. In the original Wizard of Oz, there was nothing. There was Auntie M and Uncle Henry, that's his name. They were married, but they didn't hug, they didn't kiss. There was no sexuality at all. There was no leading man. There was no romantic interest. There was none of that. So why introduce it at all? Why should anyone's sexuality be brought up at all? It wasn't in the original. There was no romance at all in the original. She didn't have a boyfriend, nothing. It was about a little girl who needed to get back home. That's it. And the colorful cast of characters. But now, the new version, oh yeah, they're representing the Ku Klux Klans. That is going to be some dog shit. But you want to hear me talk about it? In my old format, doing the 15-minute videos. I'll be talking about it. Prepare to be pissed with me. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everyone in the chats, the comment section. Thank you for your questions, your comments. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for being here, whether you're watching or just listening. Have me in the background doing chores and shit. I appreciate it. It means something to be a part of people's routine. We all have a routine. We all have our shows, our podcasts, whatever. When you're doing something, you got that on in the background, that means something. I made it. I'm part of people's routines. Say it with me, damn it. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and MyGreenGear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.